Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen Joyce Lopez, and I currently serve as Student Body President for the 25-26 academic year.
My name is Rima Shah, and I am the Student Body Vice President for the 2025-2026 academic year. And we would like to welcome everyone today to our candidate forum for the 2026 Student Body elections.
Today, we are joined by students running for the 2026-2027 student leadership positions of Student Trustee and Student Leadership Council Officer. Our forum will have 3 parts: opening statements, questions, and closing statements. We welcome questions that you can write on note cards and hand to our ushers. Ushers, if you can raise your hand so that the audience can identify you, please do so now. Thank you. You can put your hands down. We will attempt to include as many questions as possible during the forum. To clarify, if any audience member has a question that they would like to ask, please note that if you ask a question, this question goes to all candidates. If you would like to ask a question to all trustee candidates specifically, please indicate that on your note card. The note card was on your chair, as well with pens as well.
During our opening statements, each candidate will have 2 minutes to give their statements. During questions, candidates will have a minute to answer each question. One of our SLC officers, Angel, will be the timekeeper for today.
Hello, I'm Angel Gamardo, and I'll be the timekeeper for this event. When I show the green card, you'll be able to start. When I show the yellow card, it means that you have 30 seconds left, and when I show the red card, it means that the time is up, so make sure to wrap your statements shortly after.
You guys can sit down. It's okay.
Yeah. To all candidates, all the very best from our behalf.
Just as a reminder, opening statements will be 2 minutes long, our questions will be 1 minute long, and our closing statements will be 1 minute long.
We will begin opening statements with our trustee candidates in ballot order, followed by officer candidates in ballot order. First is Donna Gonzalez.
Hi everyone, Hello. Okay, there you go. Hi there. My name is Donna Gonzalez. I'm a first-year student majoring in political science and economics with a pre-law focus. And so I just want to give my opening statement. So coming to COG has really impacted my life because of the people surrounding me. I've learned a lot, and I currently serve as Student Leadership Council Representative. I'm an officer for Law and Leadership Society, and I sit on completion committee within SLC. And through these experiences, I've gained firsthand experience working with administration and to address student concerns. And so I'm running for student trustee to continue my work as a servant leader and be the voice of the student body. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Vanuka Rajpurath, and I'm a resident of Joliet, Illinois, and a cybersecurity major at the College of DuPage. I'm running for the student council officer and student trustee position because I genuinely care about student representation, and I want to ensure that student voices are heard and respected, as well as acted upon. These roles allow students to participate in the decision-making process and helps shape the direction for our college. So I want to make sure that every student is heard and respected, which is also why I'm running for the student trustee position.
Good afternoon. My name's Luca Valerovic. I am a resident of Chicago, Illinois. I'm running for Student Leadership Council Officer and Student Trustee because I genuinely care about representing and advocating for the student body. I believe every student deserves to feel heard, supported, and empowered. I want to help create an environment where student voices directly influence decisions that impact our campus. Since beginning my journey at COD, it's my second semester here. I've made a strong effort to get involved and fully immerse myself in the campus life. I applied and went through the interview process for NSO because I want to play a role in welcoming and guiding new students. I also attended many of the events during the first 2 weeks this semester, taking advantage of those opportunities to network, meet new people, and get acclimated up to the campus community. These experiences allowed me to build meaningful connections and better understand the diverse perspectives of our students. My leadership experience began in high school, where I served as vice president of student council for all 4 years. In that role, I helped plan events, collaborate with administrators, and advocate for my peers. I am a strong communicator, a team-oriented leader, and someone who believes in taking initiative and making things happen. I am responsible, driven, and currently maintain a 4.0 GPA, which reflects my commitment and discipline. What I appreciate the most about College of DuPage is its diversity, opportunity, and supportive environment. I am ready to bring dedication, integrity, and action-focused leadership to serve our student body.
That concludes our opening statements for our student trustee candidates.
Moving on to our officer candidates. First up is Isabella Luna Escobar.
Thank you, Kristen. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Isabella Luna Escobar, and I would like to start with a quote today. Justice is truth in action. This powerful quote, from Benjamin Disraeli speaks directly to the heart of what student leadership should embody, turning our shared values and voices into meaningful, tangible change. I am running for Student Leadership Council Officer because I believe justice means more than words. It means actively listening to each student and ensuring their voices shape our community. Together, we can transform truth into action by standing up for one another and creating a campus where fairness and inclusion guide every decision. My leadership journey at College of DuPage, from orientation leader and team lead to operations officer of the Chaparral Activities Board, civic leaders program member, and former student trustee, has grounded me in service and connection. I have listened to students' stories, I have walked alongside them, and worked to build a space where everyone feels valued and heard. I am deeply thankful for what COD has given me, the chance to grow, learn, and build community. If elected, I will dedicate myself to turning justice into action for all students, ensuring that our college remains a place where truth and fairness thrive. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Vrinda Patel, and I'm running for an officer position because I believe students of College of DuPage deserve to feel informed and represented and heard. Many important discussions that shape our campus have happened in committees and administrative spaces, yet students often don't see how those changes affect them. I want to help bridge that gap by improving communication between students and student leadership, ensuring students stay informed about what is happening on campus and have clear ways to share their voices. Through my involvement with different clubs, campus initiatives, and leadership summit, I have seen how powerful student collaboration and advocacy can be. Those experiences have inspired me to bring new ideas and stronger connections back to our campus. What I appreciate most about College of DuPage is its strong sense of community and opportunities it provides for students to grow and get involved. As an officer, I want to help strengthen that community by making sure every student feels informed, connected, and represented. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Eddie Contreras, and I'm a first-year student at COD, and I'm studying economics and political science. I'm running for SLC officer this election, and before I say anything else, I just want to thank SLC and Student Life for putting this event together. The reason why I'm running for this position is because I'm looking to represent the voice of students at COD and really have the ability to make a positive impact at the school. Because at COD, I've been involved in like PTK, Honor Student Advisory Committee, SLC, and Economics Club, and I'm just looking to take my involvement and commitment at this school and take it to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and let's give it up for our candidates and their opening statements. Now we will be moving on to our questions. So our first question goes to all student trustee candidates, and I will be going in ballot order. How would being the student trustee impact you, and how would it be impactful to others? Starting with Donna Gonzalez.
Could you repeat the question?
Yes. How would being the student trustee impact you, and how would it be impactful to others?
One thing that I've learned growing up is servant leadership. My parents have cultivated this environment within my own house where like others always come first, right? And that has really been at the forefront of my mind when I think of like leadership positions. Like truly, like what I do is not in service of myself but in service of others. And like while you do learn a lot throughout the journey and you're bound to mess up, it does, like, being student trustee would, like, help me embody those even more, and, like, remember that the mission is not about me but others, and, like, tailoring what I do for others. So, thank you.
As a student trustee, personally, I've always wanted to give back to the community that has, specifically COD, as it's allowed me to grow as a person. So as a student trustee, I will get to do that, as well as advocating for students. And so students, and what students would get from me being the student trustee is they have a easier way to connect to me than I know, as an introvert myself, it can be very difficult to reach out to faculty faculty or adults in general. So as a student that comes from it's very shy and introvert types, I want to be a safe space for students to come and talk to about anything they want to talk to, whether it be increasing more mental health services at school, whether it be a class they're interested in, anything in general. I want to be a safe space for students to talk to.
So as a student trustee, myself growing up, I've always wanted to be a leader, and started, like I said in my speech, I was the vice president for 4 years, and it just felt amazing to help my high school grow in many ways, from what the students want, help it grow, make all the students feel satisfied within the school, safe in school, and help even around school improvements, like renovating stuff and all that. So as a student trustee, I just it feels great to be able to possibly change students' lives around here and make them great, make them happy, and satisfy all those around me. That's it.
Our next question will go to all officer candidates, which is all of those who are not running as student trustee. What are a couple of projects that you would work passionately towards? And we'll start with Luna Escobar.
Thank you so much, Kristen. Before we can look at what projects that I would like to work on, we have to look at what the student body needs. And I know that recently a lot of students have been calling for a child care center, a child care daycare service. That is something that I have been incredibly passionate about, because I feel that adult students are an underrated part of our community as a college. I think that there is power when we support one another, and I would love to continue to spearhead that conversation, especially with the facilities master plan. Another project that I would love to work on is creating stronger mental health services, or creating stronger services to support the student body. College is stressful for everyone. Everyone gets stressed out, and especially during these final times as we approach graduation, students can fall behind. So if we can create a way for students to thrive mentally, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
As I served almost 1 year, at Student Leadership Council as a student representative, I got to know about a lot of things that a lot of students face, especially problems, as Luna mentioned, some of the childcare facilities that are needed. And as I talk to students, I realize there are much more things and a lot of things that needs to be worked on, whether it be need of recreational spaces, or whether it be about mental health and everything. So there is something that I would like to work on. Other than that, as we go forward, get to know more of the student needs, we can work more on the projects.
To decide what projects to work towards as SLC officer, like Luna said, I think it's really important to look at what the students want and what the students need. And she provided a good example of one, which is the child daycare center, which is what a student has proposed to SLC originally. And I think it's just a good example of just listening to students to try and see what they need and like what they want, and for SLC to bridge the gap and potentially just find solutions to those problems.
Thank you all. This next question goes to all candidates, and we will be going in reverse ballot order. If you see someone in your team that is struggling or looks like they are in need of help, what is the best way to communicate with that person? We will start with our officer candidate, Eddie, and go down.
Yeah, so if I see somebody on my team struggling, I think the important thing is just to talk to them. I feel like everybody has struggled at one point in their life, and it's something I've done a lot, especially in high school. And I feel like what's really important is just to be there for the person on my team, and really just tell them that I'm here for them and that I'm able to talk about how they're feeling.
Leadership positions can be stressful, and it comes with a lot of responsibility. So I do understand that people might feel overwhelmed. If anything like that happens in my team, I would personally look out and try to talk to them. I'll figure out a way how I can help them. If they require something, if they need any help from me, if I can provide it on my own, I would do that. If any additional help is required, if they need anything from the team, I would ask the team if they can help them with, and that is my way of looking after people in my team.
When we look at teamwork and we look at teams and we look at how we strive as leaders, we rely on one another. It's important that we encourage one another to talk about our struggles. It's important to be there for one another, reach out to them, make sure that they are also heard, because even though we are in these positions, or we have the honor of being in these positions where we can be outspoken to students, we cannot do that if not everyone has a clear mind. So it's important that we as a student body and we as a team thrive, and therefore I would personally check in with people. I would personally make sure that they are heard. I would even go as far as to say, like, let's go get ice cream or let's go get boba, right? Making that comfortable conversation happen naturally is the best way that we can support each other. Thank you.
For me, I would like, if I see a teammate struggling or anyone struggling, coming from a sport background, and even to all my fellow candidates, if I see anyone struggling, I would seek like their help, like understand what's going on, like reason with them. Like if I'm having a similar issue, like kind of tell them like, hey, I'm experiencing the same thing. We can work through this together. Or analyze the situation, analyze what's going on if they're comfortable speaking that. Tell them, like, give them that reassurance that everything's okay, and make them feel like have a sense of comfortability around you, making sure that they're okay being around you, because that's also important, having a leadership position, making sure everyone who's relying on you and everyone who voted you in feels comfortable around you and someone that they look up to.
In my opinion, to have a well-functioning and successful team, we need to have students that are clear-minded. And we all have things going on outside of school, outside of student leadership council, outside of clubs. Maybe something's going on at home and it's not easy to talk to someone. Sometimes it's not that we need help, we just need someone to listen to. So as a student trustee and student officer, I want to be someone that you can come and talk to about anything. As I've mentioned before, I want to be open and able to listen to all concerns, and if there's anything going on and you just need someone to talk to, I would be there, and I would make sure that my fellow officers, classmates, teammates, friends, everyone knows that I'm there. Like, I'm an option you can come talk to.
I've learned that we all rely on others to get to where we've gone to. Like, I don't think there's anyone here that could say they fully independent, that they haven't had help from others to get to these big accomplishments in our life, right? Like, we've all needed support, we've all needed guidance in the midst of our mess ups, when we're confused. And I think that can only start when we see the other side as someone we can rely on. It takes a lot from someone to ask for help, right? And that you only ever ask for help when you know it's someone you can be comfortable with. And I think it takes the other side to be intentional and to be consistent in the way we interact with others to create that comfortability and foundation that others can come to you. And so that's what I would offer within as that starting point. And then obviously checking in with people, right? Ensuring that they have the resources, the tools, the team they need to do what they need to do.
And just as a quick reminder before we move on to our next question, if you have any questions from the audience that you would like to ask to our candidates, feel free to write it on a note card and to hand it to either one of our ushers that are here standing up if you would like to hand it to them. And as a reminder, any questions coming from the audience will be addressed to all candidates, unless if you put specifically you want to ask all trustee candidates, that is also an option, but please indicate that on your note card. So to move on to our next question, and this goes to all candidates, how would you describe your ability to cope with multiple demanding tasks that you may not be knowledgeable in? And we'll be going in ballot order, starting with our trustee candidate, Donna.
Thank you. I often find myself in this position. I'm gonna be honest, definitely with academics, leadership. I'm stepping into a lot of new roles. This past semester, I've stepped into student leadership, or I started from zero. College has been a transition, I would say, coming from high school to college, right? And so I've gone through a lot of transitions where I've been in this exact spot where I go in not knowing anybody, not knowing anything. And one thing that I can always count on is just asking for help. And I know we just talked about this, but truly we have resources available to ask for help. And so like I said, we can't do it on our own. So we need to count on the things we do have to get to where we need to be. So yeah, I would use and leverage what I have available to me to get to where I need to go, because part of the journey is going through the difficult, the rough part of it to get to where we want to go. Yeah.
As a leader, I believe that I'm very accountable. I value accountability. And since this role requires a lot of decision making, I think it is very important to be informed about what topic I'm making a decision on and who it's going to impact. If there is ever a situation where I am not aware, I don't have the complete information, I will make sure that I am well informed and talk to someone who might have more experience on the topic, whether it be talking to a student body or talking to someone that is well informed about the situation, and overall just make sure that I have enough information to make a decision on this topic. And if I'm not informed and I'm not able to get the details, I'll make sure to rely that it's not my decision to make, and I would need more assistance.
Well, in a scenario where I've ran into myself many times where I get overloaded with a lot of tasks when it comes to academics, when it comes to work, when it comes to sports, everything. So myself growing up, I've always learned right off the bat is to take it step by step. Analyze what is most important and analyze what's least important, and per task break it down. And if you're struggling with it, if you don't have the ability to do it, like other candidates have said, there's many resources at home, at school, wherever you may be. There's always someone who can help. So it's just seeking the resources you have, taking deep breaths, whatever calms you down, and taking it from there, and just making sure that you are at a mental health state where you're good and you can calm yourself down and just take it step by step and analyze what you got to do.
Could I kindly ask that the question be repeated?
Yes. So the question is, how would you describe your ability to cope with multiple demanding tasks that you may not be knowledgeable in?
I would consider myself a pretty adaptable person. I think that whatever is thrown at me, I can very much accommodate to that task. However, I know that not everything that I am faced with I will be knowledgeable about or I will be able to handle with ease. I would say the most reliable thing is a team. I would say the most reliable thing is being able to ask one another, hey, how would you approach this? What do you think about this, right? Having those conversations with your team would be where I start. Additionally, since the work of Student Leadership Council is directed by the students, I would absolutely ask students what their opinion on maybe this issue is, or what their opinion on something that the board is voting on, right? Taking in that information is so important when people are faced with uncertainty. Thank you.
This spring semester, I have been stepping into a lot of leadership roles, and one thing that I learned from my experience as an orientation leader is that sometimes people who help others also need help. And in situations like where I tend to give help to others and I have no idea of what's going on, I would rather be taking help from people who come with more experience. And I know there are a lot of people who can help me with it, whether it be advisors or whether it be students themselves, whether it be the people who have been in my position previously. So in that way, I think I would be able to help myself and others as well.
Yeah, so when it comes to managing tasks that are demanding and hard, I feel like the most important thing for me is just not being scared to ask for help. I feel like when it comes to things like that, I see a lot of people that are just too scared to turn to their peers and just ask them, hey, can you help me out with this? I'm struggling. And for me, not only would I be the one asking for help if I need it, I'll be the one willing to help others out, which is something I've done multiple times and I would always be willing to do for my officer team. Thank you.
Moving on to our next question, we will be asking in reverse ballot order. What are your leadership strengths and how would you identify with them?
Yeah, so I think for my strengths for leadership, I think one thing about me is that I get along with a lot of people, and I think the most important thing for leaders is that you want to get to know your team and just develop a close bond with your team. And for me, developing that bond could just be like me and like my officer team just going to, I don't know, Overwise, getting some ice cream, you know, just having some laughs over ice cream. And I think that's just a good example of just like being able to have a bond with your team, and it just makes it so much easier to be able to tackle on like hard tasks.
I have realized that most of my leadership skills are in executing things, and I feel it is very useful in a place where I want to be as an officer. And other than that, I also feel that people tend to be open up with their problems with me. So I think that is also one important thing as an officer that we need in SLC. And I think these two skills combined would be really helpful and make me a great candidate.
Shoot, I'm with Eddie. We might go get ice cream after this, not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, I think that when it comes to where my strengths lie, I would say that I definitely love people. I love talking to people. I love getting to know people. I think people have such interesting stories. They have such interesting perspectives, and there's so much value when it comes to that. The other thing is that I would consider myself a very strategic person. I like looking at the way things function and how we can approach situations and create the best solution to a problem. I love problem solving. I think for me it's fun. It's fun to do this kind of work, to do leadership work. The final thing that I want to say that is I lost it. The final thing that I want to say that is my strength is that I enjoy creating connections. I again, as I said previously, I love meeting people, but being able to sit down with one another and make those comfortable connections is where I truly thrive. Thank you.
Could you be able to repeat the question again?
Yes. What are your leadership strengths and how would you identify with them?
Well, Most of my leadership skills fell into like throughout my high school is just identifying the issues. So the many issues that arose, I would identify them, sit down with my team, understand the issues, understand why they're an issue in the first place, and then begin with taking on the task, like what we have to do to get it done by whenever it should be done, you know, and making sure that we're all working as a team, because no one should be self-oriented. I mean, it's good to have skill to do that, but when you're working with a huge body of students, you should always work as a team and get the task done. So how I would do that is by very good communication, very good being able to communicate with others very well, being a leader too, and I would leave it at that.
With the leadership opportunities that I've had so far, I think we've all established that communication is a big skill to have as a if you're representing students. But I think even bigger than that is like to be able to listen to students with transparency, like without any judgments of any kind. I think I'm a very big communicator. Like, from what I've learned, communication is a big deal, and especially with transparency. So, and as a student trustee, I am a very transparent person. I try not to judge as much as possible. I mean, we're humans, it happens, but my goal as a person and my strengths are to listen and advocate for students, making sure that they're heard.
One of my biggest leadership strength, I believe, is advocacy. A big part of like who I am and the way I was raised comes from my immigrant parents, right? And so their journey in America has really shaped like my passions for service and my drive to represent others, because growing up I saw a lot of assumptions and I saw a lot of how underrepresented communities and immigrants often go unheard, right? Like, we don't have as many resources sometimes to like uplift those voices. And so like within advocacy, I've like made it my mission to like uplift those voices. And like COD has so many different groups on campus. We have older parents, right? We have veterans, we have dual enrollment students. We have all different types of students. And like this past semester, I've been able to create so many connections with different types of students and like keep in mind what each group is really concerned about and what each group is passionate about. So I think advocacy would be mine.
Our next question is an audience question, and we'll be going in ballot order, so starting off with Donna. What makes you set apart from everyone else? And with that, how would that benefit us as students? Starting with Donna.
One thing that I kind of just touched on is I've had lots of lived experiences where I've seen the dangers of not communicating people's groups accurately, right? And I've seen it like within my own like family, like the way that when people make assumptions about what people need, about what people want, about who people are, you often don't bridge those true things properly. And so one thing that I'd be sure to be accurate, right? Create connections and ensure that what it is that I'm deciding on as like student trustee would be in mind with the other people and the people who ultimately are impacted by the decision. So, yeah.
As someone who's been through a lot of judgments, I moved here when I was 7, but I still remember very clearly it was very hard for me to fit in with everyone. So I've been there. I've been unheard. I've been judged. I've felt it. And as someone who's been through a lot of the situations that most students deal with, I think it's easier for me to understand and relate to students. So I guess as someone who's been there and has been in their shoes, it'll be easier to talk to. I'll be easier to talk to. So I want to be that, again, I'm reiterating myself, but I want to be that safe space for students to talk to and make sure they're heard.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. What makes you set yourself apart from everyone else? And with that, how would that benefit us as students?
So for me, I would say I'm two things. I'm very straight up, and I'm very big on analyzing everything. So very straight up, meaning anyone who comes to me with a concern, anyone who wants to talk to me, I tell them the facts. I don't say anything less. I don't say anything more. I tell them the facts of what the issue is that they're talking about, or whatever the issue may be going on. And analyzing, I like to analyze everything that goes into this situation. So if an issue gets brought upon us, or whatever the matter is, I detail what's going into it, what needs to go into it, and what the outcome is, and in the middle too, like everything in the middle, how it's gonna, what students it's gonna affect the most, what students it's gonna affect the least. And I feel like that would just benefit everyone, because everyone needs someone who can analyze every situation. Everyone needs someone who, that guy or that person who just can tell them every situation and every aspect of it.
I would say I am different in the sense that I care. I'm very passionate about everything I've done, and I'm very passionate about everything that I'm doing, and I'm very passionate about everything that I want to continue to do. I think that my work is always rooted in other people, or it's always rooted in how can I help other people. So I would say passion is my driving force to my leadership. Passion and honesty and advocacy, they are what set me apart. They are what helped me create COD the place that I love so much. And I hope to continue that work if I am elected. And I hope that we can all unify to be passionate together. Thank you.
One thing that would set me apart from others would be that I really want to help people, and rather than focusing on being different from people, I want to be relatable. As an international student, I came to COD like 2 years ago, and then I had no clue how to go forward, like how to move forward, and I had no idea about the resources, and I'm pretty sure Vrinda from 2 years back would not imagine herself sitting here and helping people. And I'm here helping people because I asked for help. And so that is what is unique about me, that I'm relatable to people. People can relate to me, and then that's why they can open up to me, and that's why I can help them.
What a lot of people don't know about me is I had a 2.5 GPA in high school, and I shouldn't probably be like bragging about that, but honestly, I take pride in it, because when I first stepped foot on campus, I made it my mission to just change and just do the most I can to not only improve my lack of effort in high school, but also just do the most I can to be a better person for the people in my community. And so when you ask me what sets me apart from other people, is I would say I'm just here, I'm looking to make the most change at the school, have the most positive impacts at COD, and I would just always be looking to do that.
All right. Now, our last question is an audience question, and we'll be asking it in reverse ballot order. What is your favorite kind of ice cream that you enjoy? Starting with Eddie.
Yeah, so this one's kind of a no-brainer, at least for me. So there's this thing called fresas con crema at this store called Michoacana, and it basically just translates to English is strawberries and cream. And I don't know, I've always been getting that since like I was in elementary school, and it's just like the best flavor, at least to me.
I have actually two favorite flavors. One of them is dark chocolate because I love dark chocolate, and another is coffee because coffee ice cream it just is a nice combo.
Okay, so I enjoy a lot of sweets. So I'm going to name a couple, okay? I'm going to name a few. First of all, I really love Neapolitan ice cream. I like strawberry, vanilla, and chocolate. I don't know why. I just think it's so good if that was to be like just one flavor. The other thing is that I really like Andy's gooey butter cake sundae. If you haven't had it yet, go try it. I'm so serious. It's so good. I also really like brownie sundaes. And then I had one more, and then I completely... I'm like Rhonda. I also like coffee with my ice cream. I like coffee and chocolate with my ice cream.
For me, so this is a very like out of pocket flavor, but I'm Greek, so I like baklava ice cream. It's very strange, but it's very good. And now more of an like modernized ice cream flavor, I would say, is cookies and cream is my favorite go-to.
I think this is a perfect question to end, I guess. But I'm always trying new things, so I don't really have a favorite. But for the sake of the question, I guess recently I've been really into fruity flavors. I forgot where it was, but I tried a mango flavored with like some kind of spice on it. I'm assuming it was either chamoy or tajin. That was really good.
So I actually work in an ice cream shop, so I really like ice cream. And one of my favorite flavors, like, I don't ever crave ice cream, but I only crave this one, is they make like so I work at Kimmers and Wheaton, and they make everything by hand. Everything is like made there, the cake, the batter, the ice cream itself. And so like they have like this perfect like vanilla cake like batter. It's like the best thing ever. I really recommend it. So yeah.
All right. So that concludes our questions. At this time, we are going to transition to closing statements. Statements will be no more than 1 minute. We will begin with the trustee candidates in ballot order and proceed to the officer candidates in ballot order. First, we will begin with Donna.
Thank you everyone for coming out here today and listening to what we had to say. I just want to close with this. A student trustee, I would definitely bring about concerns that everyone has, right? And bring inclusion directly from the student trustee to decision makers, because student trustee gives students a seat at the table, right? Not like all students, but like through one student. And so I would make sure through my time I reach underrepresented parts of campus, cultivate openness in board discussions, and then ensure students prioritize student priorities shape our institutional policies. Thank you.
So I'm going to start by saying that, again, my name is Vanuka Rajpurohit, and I'm running for student trustee and a student officer. I want to make sure that I am able to do the most I can for the community that has given me so much. When I first came to COD, I was barely talking to anyone. Like, I had like one friend, and like being here for like almost 2 years, I've grown a lot as a person. I've learned to speak for myself. I've learned to be able to communicate. I just want to make sure that in an effort to give back, I give back with as much as I possibly can by advocating for students like me and, of course, everyone in general. So there's no exclusions.
So I'm running, just a friendly reminder, I'm running to serve as a student council officer and student trustee because I'm very passionate about amplifying the student voices at College of DuPage. I've been actively involved in campus organization and events. I bring leadership, communication, and teamwork skills. I value our diverse, supportive community and opportunities to grow. I also figured I put this in there now, I'm going for political science with a pre-law track, so I'm very used to, getting told that leadership is a very important aspect of that. So I just really want to work on my leadership skills, become a better leader, make more friends and in the community, and make more alliances and get along with everyone, and also support everyone in the student body and whatever they need.
I want to start by saying thank you all so much for coming, and I want to recognize that you all being here and caring about your representation is a form of leadership. In closing, I ask for your trust and your vote to serve as your Student Leadership Council officer. Together, we can bring justice to life by turning truth into meaningful action, making sure every student's voice is not only heard, but honored. Let's build a community where fairness, inclusion, and unity are more than ideals. They are the foundation of our daily experience at the College of DuPage. I am ready to lead with integrity, compassion, and dedication, and I hope to walk this journey alongside each of you. If you would like to contact me with any further questions, please feel free to at escobari@dupage.edu. Thank you so much for considering me as your advocate and your voice. Let's make truth real together.
First of all, thank you for organizing such a wonderful event, and thank you for all your questions. They were really wonderful. At College of DuPage, we have an incredible community and so many opportunities for students to grow, get involved, and make an impact. As I mentioned in my opening statement, my goal is to strengthen the communication between students and leadership by improving communication, encouraging collaboration with student organization, and making sure students stay informed about decisions that shape our campus. I'm committed to listening, working collaboratively, and bringing new ideas that help strengthen our campus community. Thank you for your time, and I would appreciate your vote.
I just wanted to thank the crowd again for coming here, because before I came here, I expected a lot more people. So I actually do want to thank you guys for taking time out of your day and to be here. And I just want to thank the SLC for organizing this as well. And honestly, I just hope for you guys and anybody that's watching the live stream to just like take in the information of what we said and really just use it to be able to vote for who you think is the best candidate. Thank you.
This concludes our Student Body Elections Candidate Forum. Let's put our hands together for the candidates. On behalf of myself, Rima, and the entire Student Leadership Council, we thank all the candidates for coming today, and thank you to all of those also attending this forum. The student body elections will take place beginning at 9 a.m. on Wednesday, March 18th of this year. They will end on Thursday, March 19th at 11:59, so approximately midnight. You will receive your ballot in your COD student email. Students who are currently enrolled in at least one credit hour at the College of DuPage are eligible to vote and should check their emails to access their ballots. Log in with your Blackboard credentials and the ballot link will open. If you would like to see a sample ballot, it is posted on our SLC Instagram, which is at CODSLC, as well as on cod.edu/studentelections, in case you would like to see if you would like to view the ballot prior to voting.
For information about the election and for full candidate platform statements, please visit cod.edu/studentelections. Thank you and have a great day.